Here's the Chicago mayor. I can't get enough of this guy. He is such a piece of shit. Just such a piece of shit. Lori Lightfoot was a terrible mayor. She, did nothing about the violence in Chicago and the corruption. And, she was another one of these racist people, racist against people that aren't black. And the new mayor, well, the latest mayor of Chicago, seems to be the same guy. Here, the mayor's being called out for 4th of July shootings. There were an insane number of shootings in Chicago. 55 shootings, 4 mass shootings, 8 deaths from these shootings. And what was the mayor of Chicago doing? He was dressed up in a NASCAR racer's uniform, taking cool pictures. So the reporter, God bless, brings this up. And the mayor is just a piece of shit. He's like a automaton, just blurts out the usual nonsense that politicians do when they don't want to take accountability for anything. So watch this.
People are asking, how could you, after not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 mass shootings, go to NASCAR, put on the NASCAR costume, and grin for the cameras? Mayor Johnson, real Chicagoans tell me that they're disturbed that you would spin multiple mass shootings over the 4th of July weekend as some kind of victory for your policies. River North, first brutal mass shooting, made the St. Valentine's Day Massacre look like child's play. Obviously, people are asking, how could you, after not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 mass shootings, go to NASCAR, put on the NASCAR costume, and grin for the cameras?
We work hard every single day to ensure that people are safe in this city. Any shooting, any homicide is one too many. And as we continue to work collectively with our shared responsibility to ensure maximum safety for all of Chicagoans, our work is never finished.
If you truly believe that Chicago is the safest city, and unlike people around the country who are saying that Chicago is the mass shooting capital of the country now.
Just to follow up.
Would you and your wife, Stacy, be willing to cut your security detail from 150 sworn police officers and put those police officers back on the street where they can protect real Chicagoans?
So we're very proud of the work that we're doing collectively to ensure that our police officers have the resources that they need. As I've said repeatedly, it's policing and affordable housing, it's policing and youth employment, it's policing and mental and behavioral health care services. It's going to take all of us, the business community, the philanthropic community. We're working collectively with Cook County government, the state of Illinois, the state's attorney as well. The volume of cases that we are pushing towards the state's attorney so that we can continue to close out these cases as we really drill down with our detectives division as they solve crime, as they get the evidence over to the state's attorney, gives her the ability to make the prosecution so that we can continue to deter crime in the city of Chicago. That's the holistic approach that we're taking. Thank you.
So you won't be cutting your security detail.
Thank you. We're going to go to Michael now.
Unbelievable. Totally believable. The fucking reporter is just shaking his head like dumbfounded. What? He went into just a rehearsed little speech. You know, if anyone asks you, Mr. Mayor, about the mass shootings that happened over the 4th of July, just say we're behind our police, the budget, and the people, and housing, and we need the clergy, and this. Just blather on about shit that has nothing to do with these mass shootings that happen. And then he talks about continuing to do things in the judicial system and continuing. Well, what you're doing doesn't seem to be working. So why would you continue it? Truth be told, this guy's like every other minority mayor in a major blue city. They can't address the crime issue because it directly impacts their constituency. And they don't want to look like Uncle Tom's. They don't want to look like they're anti-black or that they're blaming black people. You got to blame white people for what blacks are doing in these cities. So if blacks decide to murder 8 of their own and shoot 55 of their own, you can't call them out for that because somehow white people have to be to blame through poverty because white people are the people keeping blacks impoverished in Chicago. Housing, because the greedy builders and developers and stuff, they're the ones that are keeping low-income housing out. So you got to be able to blame anyone but the black community. And when that continues, when that's your strategy, it just gets worse and worse and worse. More crime, more assaults, more murders, and more dead black kids. That's pretty much what they've resigned themselves to. They've just said, well, we're going to continue doing this. Okay, then you'll continue seeing young black people being massacred in your city. And to watch the reporter, because he was great. He asked great questions, waited for an answer. He got nothing, to the point where he was just shaking his head like, what? Are you fucking kidding me with that answer? Here's another one from the great mayor of Chicago. Here he is talking about what's terrorizing their communities. Can you imagine what's terrorizing their communities? Is it mass shootings? Is it gang violence? Is it 13-year-olds with Glocks with full auto switches on it, just shooting into crowds? Is it drugs? Is it whatever? Nope. It's ICE. ICE is terrorizing the communities in Chicago. As just the other day, dozens shot, 8 murdered, and you think that terrorizes the community? Or is it law enforcement being in there and getting rid of illegals? I don't know. Let's hear from the mayor.
The other things and all the other cuts pays for a massive increase in the masked, secret police that are terrorizing our communities. ICE. ICE will now have a larger budget than all but 15 of the world's militaries.
As they should. They're at war.
It's a 4-year total. Its 4-year total is more than every military except for the United States and China. This is a direct assault on the civil liberties of all Americans and will fundamentally undermine our rights.
That's what they're afraid of in the community, ICE. By the way, whenever anyone brings up this military budget, like the budget of ICE is now the same as many nations' entire military budget, good. We're at war. This has been an invasion that has taken place in this country over many years and really accelerated over the past 4 years under Biden. So why wouldn't the paramilitary agency, ICE, who has been given the job to get rid of these people, have a budget and equipment very similar to the military, and a budget that is very close to many other countries' military budgets? They are doing the job of a military, getting rid of foreign invaders that have been allowed to cross this border. Yeah, good. The budget's through the roof. Good. That's one I love. If I see my tax dollars going there, I will write that check with a smile on my face. When I see these social programs and nonsense and bullshit, and that's where my taxes were going to allow illegals to stay at $500 a night luxury hotels in Midtown Manhattan, and I'm supposed to fill out that tax check and hand it over with a grin, blow me. But if I know that it's going to a organization, a paramilitary group, ICE, getting rid of foreign invaders that have crossed our border for years now, I can muster up a grin when I sign that check, more so than any of the other nonsense that we've had to write our tax checks to go to over the past 4 years under Biden, let's say. Think I like hundreds of billions of dollars going to Ukraine or Israel? You think I enjoy that, cutting that check? Or our SNAP benefits, welfare, Medicaid for illegals, or people that are completely capable of going to work? I'm supposed to, ha, to the U.S. Treasury Department. I can't get enough. But if I'm seeing a line of Humvees rolling down a street in Los Angeles, because I know they're headed to some fucking restaurant or landscaping company to round up a bunch of illegal invaders, I can grin a little when I sign that check. I could grin a bit.